Hey, good morning, Susanna. Or it's morning for me. It's afternoon, evening for you in Switzerland.
Yes, it's afternoon here in Switzerland, and I'm located in Zurich.
Okay, wonderful. It's such a beautiful place. So thank you so much for joining me today and sharing a little bit about Chemberry. Um, I am super excited about our collaboration. Just on a side note, I've always been very passionate about technology and automation and the things that the technology can do for us. And so to be able to see a program like Chemberry come out for the cosmetics industry has been really exciting. And I think it will be really revolutionary too for people who are creating products, brands, chemists, product development, regulatory. So I know we're going to dive in a little bit more about that today. But on a personal note, I've just really enjoyed getting to know you over the past few months, and in our phone conversations like this, our virtual calls, and also LinkedIn, and just you've always been such a wonderful energy and someone who seems extremely passionate about what you do. And I think that's really what makes the world go round. So, professionally and personally, I'm very excited. So, thank you for joining today, being part
Yeah,
of.
thank you very much, Hayley, for inviting me. I'm also very excited to be here today.
Hey, wonderful. Thank you. So, I wanted to ask a little bit about you. Like, how did you start working with Chemberry, or what your background is, and actually, how did Chemberry come into existence as well?
Okay, so maybe a quick introduction about myself. My name is Susanna. I'm located in Switzerland, in beautiful Zurich on a summer day today. And I started working with Chemberry about almost 2.5 years ago. And I was basically working for a consultancy at this point of time for human-centered design. So really identifying new business models, new products, especially for the digital products, based on customer needs. And that's actually how I got into Chemberry. And that's also how Chemberry kind of was born. So Chemberry was born by the chemical company Clariant, and about 2.5, 3 years ago, they started a big interview round with a lot of big beauty brands, but also suppliers and smaller brands, and experts in these fields to investigate how will the business be done in the future? How will people source for new ingredients? How will they get informed themselves, or how will they inform themselves? And based on all these insights that we gained at this point, we started, the idea of Chemberry to really create a platform for the personal care industry, which communicates between the various stakeholders on an eye level. And I think that's also something that is very important to us, is like this communication on an eye level to talk to indie brands, but also to big FMCGs, to the suppliers, to young cosmetic chemist students, but also experienced formulators on one eye level, because it's really about how will the business be made in the future.
Oh, wonderful. I love that. Yeah. Thinking ahead, being proactive. That's always a nice thing. That's something that doesn't always happen, but wonderful. And so just in a nutshell, what problem does Kimberry solve for a brand?
Okay, so to give you an example, so I mean, when we look at Canva, it's a platform for personal care ingredients. So it's all these little ingredients that are behind your shampoo bottle, or your toothpaste, or your makeup, or your nail polish, whatever. And if you ever have looked on the back of these ingredients, you saw that they have like crazy names. So it's really difficult to actually find them online. Also to say this, like the chemical sector, which are actually these ingredients, um, they're not so the most modern ones. So I would say it's still pretty old school industry. And what we are aiming to do is really to have kind of an Apple approach. So to find within a few clicks the right ingredient. So meaning this is whenever you want to develop a shampoo or a nail polish or a sunscreen, and you're looking for a certain ingredient, before Canva you had to do some research, look at various suppliers, and now you can just go on canberry.com and put it into the search mask there, and you can discover our over 37,000 ingredients by today and find the right ingredients and also find the right supplier. In addition, especially with the movements of the last year and also the behavior that has changed, sustainability got to a complete new level. This means also that end consumers are asking for natural products, but also certified products. And on Chemberry, we also put a big focus on finding natural and sustainable ingredients. So we allow certain filters that help brands to directly identify a natural and a sustainable solution for their products, and not looking for a synthetic ingredient which would not be in their guidelines.
That's
So this is basically it's really about finding what you're looking for. And when we talk about the cosmetics, it's really about finding the ingredients. And also newly we have finding service providers. So this means that as someone who's looking into the development of cosmetics is not only interested in the ingredients, but also into contract manufacturers, for example, packaging companies, testing companies, and we all have them listed now on one central platform. So whatever you're looking for the development of cosmetics, you will find it on Chemberry.
That's great. Yes, I love the collaborative spirit. As my company is also very collaborative and working with ingredients that have a positive impact on people on the planet. So my company is a little more narrow in its approach and the brands that it reaches, because I'm more specifically for entrepreneurs and brands. But I couldn't do what I do without Chemberry and how y'all collected the data. So it's super exciting, very, very exciting.
Yeah, that's what you just said. Also shows again, like the beauty industry is full of entrepreneurs, and when we look at the companies today who are actually the supplier of the ingredients, they're sometimes really big companies, and they don't understand that, for example, a small brand with, I don't know, you started in the kitchen and you just start your own lipstick line, and suddenly 1 year later you're exploding, or because you got so popular with the help of also social media. So it's also really difficult for small brands to find a suitable supplier. But also we heard that the supplier is aware of these problems, that they're really struggling to identify, okay, who could be the next hot brand or not. And we also I have a lot of time the feeling that we're kind of a translator between these two stakeholders, to tell them, okay, this is actually how they think, how they act, and what is important for them, and also encourage the suppliers, okay, you should be more open-minded, you should give this a try, you should try also these digital channels and not only go by classical sales media or key accounts.
It is very important. It's so nuanced, and I even see for example, when I was working at a raw material distribution company, I started working with Glam Glow, and that was as I would hear the samples that they were requesting. I was like, this company is going to be huge, and nobody had ever heard of them. And then, then all of a sudden they're everywhere, and that was really from my experience, the first company that I saw really leverage social media, and they launched, or they built their business and sold it within 4 years to Estee Lauder. So and that was kind of the beginning of really large valuations of companies. So it speaks exactly to your point. So y'all are so important to the growth of the entrepreneur. And so more specifically, what are your services?
Okay, so I think we need to differentiate between the brands, so the ones who are actually developing the product, and the suppliers who are actually offering the ingredients, but also the services such as contract manufacturing or packaging. And for the brands, we offer, like, our services are, find ingredients, find relevant services, and also get information on our content marketing system. So our blog is also very informative and keeps up to date about industry, industry news, trending ingredient, marketing tips, etc. And for the suppliers, we offer visibility. So we give them a digital platform where they have kind of a virtual fair and like a storefront, where they really can present themselves and also their differentiating factors from their products to this very unique target group.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay, and what does the company need to have in place before they start working with you?
Okay,
Is there
so
anything? Yes.
yeah, please go ahead.
Oh, I said just an email address, or is it more complex than that?
Yeah. So, as I said in the beginning, like working on an eye level is really important for us. Also, we are very customer focused. Also, talking with the customer is really important. So, I would say what you need to have in place before, also like a willingness to talk, to share your thoughts with us, because we want to learn from our customer. We want to get better, and also we want to, yeah, as I said, connect relevant parties. So I think this is something. It's more a social skill, but it's yeah. I love it when we get feedback and ideas from new users, and I think it's such a cool way of working. But besides of that, so the really strict line is yes, you need an email address. Since Chemberry is a professional platform, you need an email address with a company related to it. This is just for us and also for our customer base to guarantee that we don't have any, just to also kind of control our user groups. Um, if you are someone who is just about to start your company and you don't have a company email address, etc. yet, then just please write us an email and we can find a solution for you here. It's just that we also want to then understand, okay, why you are interested in using the Chemberry platform if you're registering with a Gmail email address.
Okay, that's great. And you're not the first person that I've heard say that, like a willingness to be open. I
Yeah.
think that that is something that's really needed when you start working with someone. So, um, yeah. And then, how long is your onboarding process? So, once a company starts or sends in their email, when can they start working with you?
So here I would like to differentiate again between the brands. So the Lushes of the world, the Drunk Elephants, the Glossiers, maybe you. This takes quickly. You just sign up. We activate your account. You need to verify the link. So I would say this is done within about 10 minutes, 30 minutes. Afterwards, we always do an outreach to new users to also have a quick personal chat because, as I said, we kind of want to know what you're looking for. We also want to lead you to onboarding material, for example, quick video tutorials, tell you about our blog, explain to you our features, just that you can immediately go full speed with our product. For supplier, this long onboarding process takes a bit longer. It's because we really kind of identify, okay, well, how do they want to use Chemberry for? How can we best present the company? So here it also starts with a phone call, but I would say the overall onboarding process for a supplier takes about 1 to 3 months because we also want to get all the data live and etc. So this takes a bit longer, but I think for brands it's super straightforward. Yeah, and also I think the good thing having a digital platform is to have it accessible 24/7, right? So now there is no difference between Europe or Asia. You just go on our website and get find the ingredients, find the services, and also get inspired.
Yeah, it's great. I know that yeah, I was very impressed when I had signed up for Kimberry, and then Troy, that's right, it's
Yeah,
Troy,
yeah,
reached out to me immediately, and we set up a time to talk. And I was surprised that he was actually here in the United States. I thought he was going to be in Switzerland, so we had like a call, I think at like 6 o'clock in the morning or something. I was like, oh, you're in Seattle, right? He's like in the Washington area. It's like, oh, I guess I could have done this maybe a little bit later in the day, but it was very impressive, just the availability, the follow up, and the that hand holding in the
yeah.
process of use your product. So that's really awesome. Um, and so, is there a cost structure? Is there a cost to use Kimberry, or is it free for the brands and entrepreneurs?
Yeah, so for brands and entrepreneurs, it's free. So as I said, just create an account, sign up, and you will immediately have access to it. Um, so you will have free access to unlimited searches, to direct action buttons, to do a lot of contacts. You have access to our trend reports, or to our blog, etc. I think, and this will improve your your work life way better. And also for suppliers, we have here different pricing models based on their needs. So it really depends on if they're looking for more leads or digital sales opportunities or marketing opportunities. So there it varies based on the supplier. But for students, brands, entrepreneurs, consultants, formulators, it's free. Yeah,
Okay, perfect. Everybody loves free, especially when you're starting out. It's important.
yeah.
Um, and so, do you have any last suggestions on how brands can make the most of your services? Anything that we didn't cover?
Mhm. So as said, really take the chance and talk to Troy. He doesn't as he said he's available whenever you want, early morning or late at night. Yeah, and he really helps you to understand all the features of Chemberry, because as I said, we are a platform. We have a lot to give. You can search, you can compare different ingredients. You can directly do outreach. You can request samples. You can request quotes. You can discover the different services, also regional services. So doing this onboarding call really helps to make the most out of it, and really understand the features. Then also I would encourage to check out our blog. It's also for free, and there we regularly write about the trending ingredients that we see on the platform, about certain marketing tips, and also about industry movements. So as said, we are in contact with a lot of the with brands, suppliers, skin influencers, entrepreneurs, formulators, and we also try to bring the knowledge and what we hear from them on the blog, and have it in a very crisp way to share information here with you. And we're currently doing their kind of a relaunch this summer, so also be stay tuned for new content. And also we have a newsletter and also our social media channels where we inform you about all our updates about trending ingredients, interesting events, interesting webinars. I heard a lot already. So if you're signed up to a newsletter, this really gives you a kind of an overview, a monthly overview about what's currently happening in the industry.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay. And then one last surprise question. What is something that you're grateful for?
I'm grateful for, um, I would say three things. Can I say three things?
You can say whatever you want.
Okay. So first thing for my legs, I think really stupid thing, but I think a lot of women have issues with their legs. They're never too skinny, but I think legs are awesome. They carry us through life and they do so much cool things. I mean it's a huge present in life to walk, to cycle, to stand up whenever you want. So to all the women out there, love your legs. I'm really happy about that I can do a job where I can be creative. Also do a change in an industry, and make it fun, make it experience, make it a good design product. So I think that's a really grateful thing to have a job that you really like and where you can be creative. And the third thing is definitely my boyfriend and also my brother, who also encouraged me to make the best and the most out of me every day.
Oh, that's beautiful. And this is why I really enjoy working with you and doing things together. So, and thank you so much for sharing your time and being open and thoughtful about that question. I always like to incorporate gratitude in what we do because there's so much to be thankful for. So,
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
a wonderful day, Susanna. Thank you so much again. I know you
Yeah,
gotta go. So,
yeah. Thank you very much for listening. It was a pleasure to talk to you.
thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.